story about Gershwin on tape. He's a cool old guy.
Yeah. George Martin. I got some nice stuff for you today, too.
Oh, that's cool. We gotta get a cool picture of me, you, and George.
Oh, God. I got Woody.
Okay. Okay, so what's it cooler to get into autograph? This? Or this?
Then I would get that. Because I'm going to get him to autograph 2 albums. I'm sorry, I have to.
Hey, rest of it.
Who did we ever ask autographs for?
Never.
You know what? 2 people. George Martin and Clint. That was it. Yeah. Guns and Killing and the Beatles.
Elvis ain't around.
Yeah. He died taking a big dump.
Dump. Elvis. Some thrills. Panic. This is the face of panic. First time in my life I'm scared.
This is the big time. This is it.
Morning, John.
I'm not too intimidated.
How are you feeling?
Barely. I got a good night's sleep.
You did?
Yeah, no, we worked at the other joint until about 3:30 or so. And then with the lag, I just tried to get some sleep. And I've been listening to this and listening to this and listening to this.
I'll tell you one thing I need is a better pillow for my ass. Ladies and gentlemen.
Ass roadie! Get me the ass roadie! God damn it!
Aztec! Give me an Aztec, and I don't mean the Mexican. Bada boom. We're not talking about the pyramids, folks. I need an Aztec. I've been sitting on this chair all day. Aztec!
This is Trisha and Kathy.
Hi,
Hey,
Trisha.
Trisha,
Nice
Kathy.
to meet you.
Hey, so you guys are,
Trisha, nice to meet you.
auditioning
Nice
to
to meet you.
be our road managers?
Yes.
First of all, I got to set a couple of rules. First of all, you don't talk to him,
Okay.
okay? You don't talk to him. To talk, you got to talk to me. To
talking
talk
to you,
him.
all right?
As a matter of fact, don't talk to me. You got to talk to him. To talk to me.
We like
And
Kenny,
he
though.
doesn't talk. But okay, so that's the first rule. Look, don't even, matter of fact, don't look at him. Look at your shoes.
Sorry,
Look at
sir.
your Shoes. Shoes. Don't even look at him. Okay. Second order of business. Now we lost our keyboard player between Frankfurt and Amsterdam here. We can't find him. We got a show tomorrow night at 8:30 for 50,000 people. If we don't find this guy, you're gonna be pissed off. You know what I'm saying? So it's your job to find him. I think here's the map. You can look now.
Between here and here. That's where he was. This is where we are. We lost him.
So our job is to find him.
You're gonna have to find him.
Your job is to
Okay.
find him.
All
And
right.
also, listen, I need a couple gifts for my wife. She likes Chanel. She likes Prada. What else does she like? I also, when I wake up, I like Starbucks coffee in my room every day. Okay. What was that? You better stay. Oh, and for him, 4 milligram Nicorette gum. He's trying to quit smoking.
Oh, good.
Okay.
4
All right?
milligrams?
4 milligrams.
All right.
Not one more or less than that. Okay, ladies?
All right.
That's the rules.
Any time constraint in this?
Yeah, we need to find this guy by tomorrow night. It's 8:30.
Okay.
You know our keyboard player, Dave Bryan. You know what I'm saying? You know the guy with the keys. You know, curly hair.
Maybe he's getting a perm. We'll figure it out.
No, it's natural.
You got to find him.
Okay.
I don't know what you're gonna do, but you better get a dragnet out there.
Good luck.
All right. Thanks. We'll be fine.
Okay.
No worries.
Okay. See you.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
We'll take care of everything. Don't worry about it.
Okay. All right.
A couple of discs shows a lot of years of work, and I would like to thank each of you 100 million personally, but I think it would take up all the DVD, and we don't have all the names, and we don't have time for that. No, honestly, it's been pretty amazing for us to listen back to songs that we haven't heard in years, and to let you into the world of different songs, and like John was saying, the reasons why they make the records and the reasons why they don't. But this is a celebration of 100 million records in 20 years, and with my brothers. So thank you very much. Cheers.
You've heard from the rest, now you hear from the best. Now, we want to thank you all. You guys have been a part of us. We're fans of musicians and music, and whenever we got box sets and stuff inertly to hear other music from other bands, it's something that lets you into the living room or the soul of the musician. This is a little different. These are songs that were predominantly never released, and it is our soul. We hope you enjoy it. I had a good time listening to these right now, and anyway, like Johnny said, hopefully we'll be around for another 20 years. So thank you.
Remember when? This has been a great walk down memory lane for us, and I want to thank you for all the years of support. And as John said, God, no one would have ever thought 100 million records, but you know, looking back on all these songs, you say, wow, man, there's some stuff that really was great stuff that didn't make the records, and there's a lot of great energy, and this is a great fan-based record, and I hope that everybody enjoys it. Thank you all. Hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next 100 million. Peace.
When I was a kid, I remember still standing in my mother's kitchen, thinking about if we had any success at all, what it would be like to be 30 making records. And then all these amazing things have happened. In our wildest dreams, I never thought that we would sell 100 million albums and still be here to talk about it. We want to take you into the vaults, show you what we have to give, and a lot more, because here's a couple of the new songs from the new album that we're working on that'll follow this box. So the first 20 years have been amazing. The next 20 are only going to be better. Thanks a lot for coming with us down memory lane, if you will. But enjoy the box. See you out there on the road.
Hey, Paul.
Doc.
I woke up this morning.
I woke you up this morning.
And I said to myself.
I said, Self. What a great day for rock and roll.
And after 20 countries,
I always had the idea to do a box set to accompany the 20th anniversary of the band. This box set contains nearly 40 songs that nobody has ever heard before. There are a couple of songs that have different versions of lyrics and music, key changes and production that you may have heard. And these are things that were in our vaults. The way a record takes shape with the band is that we usually write 30 or 40 songs for an album, dating back to Slippery When Wet. We were really prolific, and we take our time to get each and every record right, representing who we were at that time. I wanted this to come out at the time of our 20th anniversary, which is now, and fortunately for us, it also is the milestone of 100 million albums sold. And so here we are, having sold 100 million albums, and nearly 40 songs that nobody's ever heard. So we wanted to make this very special, and most artists are able to give a box set to a record company that are comprised of several mixes of songs you're familiar with, remastered versions. This is something that's going to help you understand why a record took a certain shape.
goodbye. We just say goodnight. But you remember to say thank you.
When I was a kid, I remember still standing in my mother's kitchen, thinking about if we had any success at all, what it would be like to be 30 making records. And then all these amazing things have happened. In our wildest dreams, I never thought that we would sell 100 million albums and still be here to talk about it. We want to take you into the vaults, show you what we have to give. The first 20 years have been amazing. The next 20 are only going to be better.
This box set encompasses many sketches of a lot of different songs that we wrote, and I think I'm very, very proud of it. It's been very, very pleasurable for us to go through our archives and come up with all this stuff, and I hope you all enjoy it, because we certainly did.
A couple of discs shows a lot of years of work, and I would like to thank each of you 100 million personally, but I think it would take up all the DVD, and we don't have all the names, and we don't have time for that.
We're fans of musicians and music, and whenever we got box sets and stuff to hear other music from other bands. It's something that lets you into the living room or the soul of the musician. This is a little different. These are songs that were predominantly never released, and it is our soul. We hope you enjoy it. I had a good time listening to these right now, and anyway, like Johnny said, hopefully we'll be around for another 20 years. So thank you.
There's a song called The Fire Inside that I still think is really good, and I can't believe that we didn't put it on. But I think I wrote this for Keep the Faith, and I don't know how it
That was
never
in your
got
basement.
out of the notebook.
You know what? I was playing guitar on this, and it was your song.
This was really good.
Yeah, it was really good. I remember doing it.
I completely forgot
I think
about
it's just
it.
me and you sitting, and there was a demo that we were singing.
Just the two of us?
It was just the two of us, yeah.
I could see the Young Gun influence.
It
on
was the
that.
total Young Gun.
Yeah.
You were
I was in that place.
an angry youth.
A youth.
You were youth.
It's funny because when I wrote that whole album, I was so blaming it on Billy the Kid in that script, and you said, "Oh no, that's not me, that's him." And then now when you hear it all those years later, you go,
sounds
no,
like you.
that ain't Billy. That's me. You know.
That lyric was you.
Well, you want to know the situation? This is the situation here at Piccadilly Circus, Tower Records. The police riot squad has moved in. They have threatened if Bon Jovi plays off the balcony, which we're planning on doing, that I will be arrested and the whole band will be arrested. But we're going for it anyway.
How do you like that? We'll play anyway. Can you hear it okay? Can you guys hear it?
Speak to the manager of the curtain, please.
Yes, I will do, my friend.
Are you the manager?
No, I'm not, but I will find them in 2 seconds.
Thank you very much.
M-C-G-H-E-E.
Can you turn the cameras off, please?
Keep coming, guys, keep coming. That way, guys, straight.
One of my favorite songs that you wrote, you know, as your partner as a songwriter and also as a co-producer and the stuff that we've done together. A lot of times I take great pleasure in not having to be in touch with the particular song on a lyrical basis or on a heart basis. I remember having a really great time and just really respecting the song.
I was really concerned that the innocence that I had when I picked up a guitar as a teenager was gone and gone forever. Suddenly you became this head of a corporation and a boss and a tool for the machine to go on. And I sat at the piano during that whole period and wrote songs like this. There's a lot of my hurt in that innocence that was lost.
The juxtaposition of the celebration of 4th of July and the obvious fact that the fireworks have gone out of the relationship that really makes the lyric desperate. Good job, Kat.
Thanks.
Yeah. And another appearance by the accordion.
Yeah. You thought
I don't know who plays it. But whoever that kid is, he's something special.
that this was a pretty neat, like, loud rock song. You may have heard it if you're really a hardcore fan. It was in a little-known movie, The Cowboy Way.
Cowboy Way.
Kiefer Sutherland
and
Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson, that's right.
Wayne Isham shot the video, I remember that. And Andy Johns produced it. They wanted something loud and fast and upbeat. And I like the lyrical content of this, but we really went after a Who kind of a musical approach to it.
Good.
Yeah.
That was like...
Keep moving, funny.
There you go.
There's a lot of songs that we wrote for movies that didn't get put in movies. Always was written for a movie. I wrote that for a movie called Romeo is Bleeding. The script was great, the movie wasn't. I kept the song, put it on a shelf. John Kolodner, an A&R guy here in town, a friend of ours, pulled it off the shelf. He said, "This is a hit song, you should do it."
Yeah.
Rest is history.
That one was one of the few, if only, times I pulled a song back, and it was our biggest single ever.
You got a #1 single.
a day, maybe two, in New York City. It was the last time we worked with Bruce Fairbairn before he passed away. So at that time, I had given Bruce the 30 tracks that I had written, and Richie gave him the ones that he had written. We were going through and we picked this one for Ed TV that starred Matthew McConaughey, and I was just off to Italy to go and be in a film with Matthew, and that was it, you know. And then when we came back, the day I got back, Bruce got the news that Bruce had passed away. And so this was the last chance that we ever had to work with Bruce, who obviously changed our lives, made our lives, producing Slippery When Wet in New Jersey, and he's still sorely missed in the camp. He was a great man, a great producer, just wonderful producer.
Anytime, all right?
Everybody has own passport in hand. And the black glasses. I don't hope so.
No black glasses.
So that people want to see you.
That's what we're in the process of trying to do, get our album released here, and hopefully we can take the music to the people.
They are waiting for you and they hope to see you on stage.
Yeah, we hope in August that we'll be here.
Хотели сейчас сказать советской молодежи, вас смотрит 140 миллионов человек.
And so what would you like, what kind of message can you leave for the Soviet youngsters? It's about 140 million people watching you now.
I think that I want them to open their eyes and their ears and their hearts to us, and we want to do the same here in the Soviet Union and bring the next generation of the world together.
It's freezing. Dude, man,
Coming
you got the
in
warm
August. It looks like it's going to be August the 9th at the stadium, Lenin Stadium.
Jeez! Freeze!
But we've been a touring act all over the world for the last 5 years, and this was the highest high that we could ever imagine, coming to Moscow and playing. So we're looking forward to it.
Richie and I wrote Garage Land in New York City, in my apartment. We were writing for Crush. It had been another period after Destination Anywhere, and his second solo record, where we were reinventing ourselves. And we talk about where we came from and where we were going to. And it was an early song written for Crush, but because the subject matter had been written before, a number of songs over the years, it didn't make it. But when I hear it now, I go, gee, this could have been. When I hear those guys that really singing and playing and making music that they want to sing and that are reminiscent of the influences that I had as a kid, I get it. And if you would have asked me 2 years what was my advice, I'd say sing a song, learn how to play the instrument, write about what you know. Don't worry about how many sit-ups can you do and how flat is your belly. The video era, as the Bubbles once said, killed the radio star. It killed the imagination. But I think that there's a return to it again, which is exciting to me because there's an opportunity for a band to grow as a band, go out there on the road and become one. Where each of the members of the band is as important as the next. It's not just about the close-up in the video of the singer's face. And that's what Garage Land was about. It was this, you see, because if anybody sticks out, you're not going to win the fight. And it was important that the unity, the closed fist, is what makes it hard enough to go out there and try to achieve any kind of success. Longevity is virtually impossible these days for a band to have 3 records before they have any real success the way we did. But I do believe that there's an opportunity that some of these bands are showing that promise now that they're going to have a chance to make 2 and 3 records.
Garage Lines was for Crush. And
It's good.
Yeah,
I heard it. I'm surprised. You know, wow, this could have made it.
yeah,
But
I'm
it's,
surprised, you know, I'm surprised that, when you listen back to it, I'm surprised like it didn't make a record of some sort. We had 8s in the choruses, you know?
I would have liked to hear the hi-hat now.
You know?
Hindsight.
Hollywood Nights, you know. I like the title alone, Garageland. It's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what attracted us.
With a strap on your back, you got wings on your feet. Feel like a king when you walked in the street. Heard those old records and knew we belong. The drums, the groove, we'd all sing along.
Well, it's got that feeling where we came from.
Yeah, I like that. It's good.
It's a real honest-to-goodness story about every band that gets together and goes through what we did.
Garage
The
Land.
glory of dreaming, I guess.
Yeah.
I think it's really about dreaming. You know, you're in your garage and you're dreaming. You're up on the stadium stage.
This was the dream. This was the goal. If it's all over now, it doesn't matter. In the immortal words of Paul Corzelius, our road manager, we made it to the dance. This is it.
We're going to have 80,000 people tonight. It's amazing. Couldn't be happier if I was twins.
Be up 80 feet in the air. We've even built a catwalk the size of a football field for this gig. This is wonderful. No one's ever done this, man. Look at the Stones, the Who's, the No. I can't even speak. I was gonna cry about 4 times.
Sea of people, planes coming in. That was just a wonderful evening, wonderful day.
Look at the puddle of water in my second pair of shoes that I only, look at this, watch this. I only put these on for 3 songs. That's how wet I am.
Four-letter word is about spousal abuse. I wrote this first alone, so the demo version of it is that. The second version with the horns and the drills and the lyric changes was co-written with Dave and Richie. I liked the idea that it had an R&B feel to it. I think that a lot of that had to do with my spending time with Southside Johnny and going on the road with him and playing guitar for a few dates. And, just getting back to the pure fun of what it was that I liked about music. 10 years prior to that, why I wanted to grow up and be Southside Johnny. When I wrote this originally, I think it was in mind that I could see John singing it, and then we put it away and dug it up again as a band, and reworked it, re-recorded it, tried to make it fit, but it's a little too R&B.
Was that you singing that high part? That was Lemma.
That's right. That's good.
That was our foray into Motown.
Yeah.
That's right. With a key change.
Then we uplifted that dance.
Why did we change keys?
To make you suffer live.
So the one thing that's really funny, when we look back on the songs that we written, we said, why did we write in those high keys?
I know. Thank God we learned.
Now, we need like people coming to grab the arm.
I cleaned out my desk, I got all my pencils. Gee, I hope I get to go to 2nd grade next year. Welcome to Bon Jovi Airlines. We're on our way to the gig. Come with me.
You may not know me, but don't leave home without it. We're going to the gig. This is our last one in Lapland. This is where Santa Claus lives. But I'm Jewish.
Hello there, venison breath. Going to a gig. Going to Yugoslavia to join the army. Follow me.
Here's a unique story. We just didn't want it to seem like we were jumping on a bandwagon. It was Richie and I wrote it after Kurt Cobain died. And, you know, I admired the guy a lot. I thought that he had a great voice, he had a unique sound, really had something to say lyrically. And it seemed that he was really troubled by the music business, as I've said before. But unlike us, where we were able to get help and figure it out, unfortunately, Kurt Cobain obviously didn't have somebody to help him through the hard part. What bothered me the most is that he left a daughter who was the same age as my own. You know, so we wrote it in the form of a song, but it's a letter to her, to his little daughter Frances, to say, you know, I'm sorry you didn't get to know your dad. I'm very sorry you didn't get to know you too. I just want to tell you it's lonely at the top. It's not everything everyone thinks it is.
Richie and I wrote this. It's a beautiful song. It's called
The One That Got Away.
The One That Got Away. Great story.
That's got to be one of my favorite songs that didn't make a record. Yeah. You know, like that, 4th of July, you know. I mean, I think it's probably a bit too intelligent lyrically, maybe, or something. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. I don't remember what record it was from.
But this studio, as we were in there demoing, it was falling apart. Like, things didn't work, remember? It was like, you know, we were...
It was painful.
It was painful, because, you know, you get in the creative process, and then you have all these technical problems that continuously...
Oh, the headphones were...
oh, God.
Were a nightmare.
Yeah, everything.
I just don't remember what record that was.
It was brilliant. Oh, they were brilliant. I mean, the people that I came with, they've never seen Bon Jovi before, and I said, oh, you'll have to come. They said, aye, okay. And they came and they thoroughly enjoyed it. They really, really enjoyed it.
This was probably, in my opinion, the worst show.
I can hardly hear a thing. It was brilliant.
When I was outside, I'm looking up, going, hey, where's the sound? Kids in front, I heard what they were hearing. Boy, it sounded like dick.
Best concert I've ever been in life.
Absolutely brilliant. Look what you gave me. The lights,
everything.
the music, everything. Brilliant, everything.
No, they deep six. They just went. All of a sudden, I had nothing. I had no drums, no vocals, no nothing.
What they did to it was absolutely fantastic. Just as good as the last 4 times I've seen them.
Check. Too much. And it's the wrong kind, man.
I'm hearing bass instead of guitars. I'm hearing the bass as loud as the lead vocal.
Fantastic. Oh!
There's a lot that seemed like it was really held back. They come here, man. I'm out there playing power chords and chunking along, man. And falling. They're not getting it. Gotta get down, man, you know, and it's like, holy, man, you know.
I brought it down, brother. I brought it down. Hey, listen to me. I brought it right down.
And I had to know what to turn off and what to go. Okay, what's going to blow up, what's not going to...
They kept going.
That's what's supposed to be done.
The bass should be one with that kick drum.
I want to hear it sound like a Fender and an amp.
And I don't want to hear it. I want to feel it.
Everything that could did go wrong. If it happens again and I have a machine gun, it's loaded, so stand out of the way.
This is one of my favorites. This is definitely on the box. When I wrote this one, I immediately knew, and you guys remember this. Tico sings the lead vocals.
Oh, definitely your favorite.
This is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I love this. I love this rendition of it. This is so T.
Tico sang it, and he sang the hell out of it. And I fought hard in the mixing of the box set to have Tico sing this song. Because I think he means it from his belly. You know, he took my words, and it's always great to hear your words interpreted by somebody else. In this case, it was T. You know, and T always says, "You know, I love you. I've been staring at your ass for 20 years." So Tico pulled this one off, and people hear it and they go, "Who's that?" That's really Tico. That's as good as he sings. You know?
A drummer that can sing. Please, with soul, no less.
I can't even think that high.
That
was
pretty
high,
wow.
too. Yeah, you were getting up there, bro, on that bridge, man.
When did we do that?
I think it was Keep the Faith.
You think it was Keep the Faith?
I do. I don't think it was These Days. I think it was Keep the Faith.
I thought it was like in Sanctuary of 94.
That's a beautiful song you wrote, though.
No, in the basement, my old house.
Oh, God. Hey,
That's Tico's contribution, ladies and gentlemen. For the archives, I'd like everyone to know now that we're long dead and gone, it was Tico who killed us.
I'm glad this isn't smell-o-vision.
I wrote this one right here with Pat Leonard. Pat Leonard produced This Left Feels Right. We hooked up with Pat. I thought of Pat because of his experience doing Unplugged records and was very aware of his doing Elton John and Madonna. Very diverse producer, player, and I knew what he could potentially bring to a Bon Jovi project, and so with This Left Feels Right, we really took those songs and reworked them, recreated them. He and I were talking about direction, and started fooling around out in the room there, and in a couple hours wrote this song together, and we said, oh, let's put it on the record, let's have a couple new songs. We recorded it as a band to fit musically with the recreation of the catalog songs from This Left Feels Right. So we were somewhat limited in the production style, and so that it didn't sound like something we weren't. I chose not to put it on This Left Feels Right. I think that it's a great song with a neat lyric, but just wasn't right for the project. So we're able to share it with you here, but I didn't want to confuse what This Left Feels Right was meant to be.
This is a great song. It's a ballad, but this title we've used, Open All Night, we've used about 5 times. We finally actually did a song on the Bounce record called Open All Night. It was a great title. We never could get it right.
recorded Open All Night once. Remember that?
One of the songs that we wrote, that's right, he did.
We wrote this title how many times?
A lot. This is one that didn't make it.
The reason we put them all on here, even after having released the song on Bounce, was we wanted to show you that vulnerability. I wanted to show you, why you take a title and beat the heck out of it until it's something that you want to share.
I don't know what album it's from. Probably Crush. Good lyric, a real movie lyric.
But I like to show you, that for all you aspiring songwriters, it's okay. Try something. Try it again. Try it again. And until you get it right. Outlaws of Love. I don't remember writing this song. I don't remember it at all. This and We Rule the Night and some of these that had dust on top of their dust.
What I'm doing right now is I'm learning crazy and tumbling dice because we made Euro songs tonight and I have no recollection, and I have no idea what the chords are.
With songs like We Rule the Night and I'm looking over here at the board, Outlaws of Love and these earlier things, we forgot them. We didn't even know they existed. And that's some of the fun, is that we're finding gems that we didn't know that we had. I didn't necessarily want to include them even on this. It doesn't mean I like them, but they were a part of our history. And, for what they were and at the time that they were written, we obviously liked them enough to record them. But it's a part of that growing period and who we were, where we were going, that got us to where we are today.
This is something called Ordinary People. Me and Dave and Richie wrote this one.
At Dave's house.
At Dave's house.
What year was that?
I think this was like 95 for these days, I think. I had one version of it, and then...
Isn't there a line about Michael Jordan in this?
Right,
song too?
right. I had a version of this, and then we rewrote it together. And it became much better, but I know we did it at your house.
It was very Jersey.
With
you and me, we're ordinary people.
A lot of words.
Plus, we didn't have an ending.
Yeah, we couldn't end the damn thing. Fade it. So we just figured, let's go to another bridge and change chords and modulate 5 times.
It had a lot of words.
Keep going.
Little Jimmy got 9
what?
times niggers.
But I'm telling you, now we would know how to fix it.
There was a stylized period, 95-ish.
Yeah.
What kind of wine was that period?
No, it was this kid. There was like that Mullen guy. He had a big hit with that. Remember that song? He's up in the Hollywood Hills and
Oh, yeah.
shaking hands with so-and-so. It's one of those kind of influence, like a Night Moves kind of thing.
Christopher Cross,
Yeah.
Chocolate Babies.
It's a pretty good lifestyle. I mean, it's entertainment. And people in our business tend to put it higher than that. You know? They think that you're a royalty or something, or you're not, man. You know? People that aren't in our business turn the radio on to get from point A to point B in their car, you know? So this is my life, this is the lifestyle, but it's not so different, you know? I get up every morning, take a shower and shave if I want to, you know? And it's just, we're our own bosses maybe, so that's what makes it so special.
When I was a kid, I thought rock and roll was mine. It was mine, it wasn't my parents'. You know what I mean? It was symbolized my youth and my individuality and my separation and my generation. Yeah. You know, even like my dad, you know, and I talk to him and I'll talk to him and he'll tell me about, yeah, man, I remember when I was a greaser in the 50s, you know, back in Bayonne, New Jersey, and he named me Richard because he bought his first automobile at Rick's auto sales. You know what I mean? And so it was
You were named after a used car.
I was named after a used car lot, man.
Yeah.
What we wanted to do with this was also share a taste of what Richie's obvious influences, you know, to me and to the band are, with a song that didn't make one of his solo records. It's just him emoting the way he does, and you know, he moves me every time I hear him play and sing like this. It's a great song, you know, but I feel that way about everything on his solo records. I think he did a great job with it. We wanted to include it so that you guys don't forget that he's made a couple of great solo records. And when we talk about Dave and his delving into musical theater, this is a song from a play that Dave wrote music for, and it's called Memphis. This is a song from that play that he sings, and when I heard him singing it, I thought this is like the great Elton John song that Elton never wrote. So we wanted Dave to include a song in the record too, so that you get a feel for what it is that Dave does, what it is that Richie does when we're not working, what it is that Tila does when he sings a song. We wanted you to get a little feel for each of us individually and why collectively it works.
It's easy, kids. Hey, look at that, kids. Play piano, you get $54. Make that 53.
That's what it's supposed to be. Thank you.
Woo-hoo! Play piano, earn money. See how that works? One song, $53. It's not bad. And I got a meal. I feel like I'm playing gigs again.
Radio Saved My Life Tonight I wrote on the piano. And it was at a very difficult time, as are several songs that are going to come out here for the first time on this box, where I was looking inward and questioning what it was that was going to motivate me to make another record. It wasn't a question of making another record with the band or not. It was just to make another record. The innocence of my youth was now gone. Yeah, it was after New Jersey when the burnout settled in, and it again, in retrospect, it wasn't anyone's fault. It was the powers that be doing what they do to help ensure that you're going to be in the marketplace, you know, and touring and recording and touring and working and doing interviews and touring and more touring. I was really burned out. With songs like The Radio Saved My Life Tonight, I realized the purity of writing a song, being moved when you heard a song on the radio again, the magic that music had. I was able to get that one down on paper. As simple as, you know, saying I crawled into bed with no one to share the thought with, but wow, last night, you know, the radio saved my life. It kept me wanting to be here to talk to you 14 years later. When you hear yourself on the radio, there was a period, you know, in the very beginning, I remember every time you'd hear run away on the radio, you know, turn it up and drive fast and think, I hope I get pulled over just so I can tell the cop, look, that's me on the radio. But I only had 3 minutes to get pulled over. Usually I just kept driving. Then there was a period of hearing yourself on the radio so much that I would change the channel. I would change it because I lived this song. You know, you wrote it, you recorded it, you toured it, you'd hear it on the, you know, it was enough already. Listen to anything but yourself. And I remember sitting in the back of a car in Los Angeles, and the radio was on, and I heard You Give Love a Bad Name, and I went to hit the dial, and I didn't. And I heard it in its entirety, and I was able to sit there in that car by myself, and you know, pretty good song. It's fun. It makes you want to roll the windows down and get the cops to chase you again.
This is also from that studio that was falling apart.
I think, again, this was one of those things that was just too high.
3 songs in one.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was part. I can't believe that.
I don't know why you guys keep changing the keys, because I play in one key.
Oh, man, you
That was
know.
reach into the bag. D. What key now? G.
Where are we going, Paul?
Jovi, this is where we're going.
Oh, sorry, sir.
Ticket, paid.
Patrick?
Got a great hat.
Hey, Big Paul.
What?
What leg are we on here? So,
Well, we did 2 U.S. legs, 1 jazz band leg, 2 European legs. Of course, we topped that European leg out with 2 sold-out shows at Milton Keynes. Count them, 2, not 1, 2. Thank you very much.
Well, let's just work.
Let me get some cheap seats.
This is the last time that you see me. This is a very nice shirt that a lot of people covered in ink.
Here these guys are real serious. Very serious.
Just plowed through all kinds of people.
The song was influenced by Bob Dylan and Johnny Cash. And Johnny Cash had just passed away. And I thought, how many of the greats are still around, still viable, still doing it? And is this breed of the originals going to be lost forever? And are we going to just be limited to what these radio stations that have playlists of 20 songs are giving us, or force-feeding us, and the video channels are force-feeding us? And is the next Dylan going to ever be able to come along? And so in my mind's eye, I had this picture of a carnival huckster sitting outside the tent saying, you know, come see a living, breathing spectacle, only seen right here, and taking you into the tent. So if you came in, you'd see this guy covered in spider webs, and they'd wind him up, and one more time he'd really play and really sing and really write you a song. The lyric is a little, you know, bit bitter. It says, keep your pseudo-punk, hip-hop, J-Lo junk and your digital downloads. Here's the last man standing. And it was meant to be Bob and not Britney, you know. And it's much more aggressive and will be included on the new record.
Returned in 1814 after the War of Liberation from Napoleon.
Of course, we're doing like the speed readers tour of East Berlin.
Now
We
we
have
are
about an hour to get back onto our
in front
plane,
of
or else
us.
we're going to be stuck here.
Record store in Berlin was all, you know, opera and old world music, which is, I guess, cool in itself. But this was supposed to be like the modern record store, and there was no rock and roll in that record store at all, except for one Elvis single.
That's the real deal, folks. Elvis is cool even in East Germany. They don't have any of our records. We're really big here.
What can you do? I feel sorry for the people that the last thing to get through was 1956 with Elvis.
I felt like I was going to an illegal place. I felt like I was chopping the wall. It was illegal. You know, you're looking around for the, you know, for the police or for the army to come and pick you up and drag you away. So I really dug it just for that fact.
This is the most labor I've done in years. Put the date, December 19th.
this made the Crossroads record, but it has different lyrics. So
It was a hit too.
We wrote this in Mystique,
Mystique.
on the island of Mystique.
No, that was a fun time.
Richie, myself, and Desmond wrote that on a vacation, and we worked very hard on it. But when it was done, we thought it was a little too melancholy. And so we went back in and with the band started, getting behind what we were doing musically.
Yeah, very much more moody than
That's
the,
cool.
Serious and the other.
Darker lyrics.
Yeah, much darker.
Yeah.
The lyrics are dark.
Yeah.
The final version.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
That's pretty neat, though, for all the kids out there to hear the
Right.
progression.
Mistakes and all.
They're not mistakes; they're on purpose.
Do them twice.
They're on purposes.
The maddening crowd. As the Bon Jovi crew gets mobbed by the fans. Let me just walk. The clinging fans.
Everybody set? Camera.
What's going to make a picture here? Careful, Steve.
Hello.
Why didn't that make the record? Let me tell you.
This is how you kill the lead
Right.
singer. Like this.
Let's raise the song up. Let's sing that twice on tour and then we go home. Because
Right, opening song would be over.
But you know what though? What we were trying to do was
kill him.
We killed John.
Never liked that son of a
We're just
bitch.
trying to take
No,
his larynx
rock and roll,
out and
but
basically replace it with like some 16-year-old. But we were trying to reconnect with our fans. Obviously, it was
Yeah.
starting all over again. Keep the faith.
Right, after a
We
2-year
did a little bit of a
hiatus.
hiatus. We both did solo albums.
In '92, as we were about to begin the recording of Keep the Faith, music had changed. It was a new landscape in rock music. All the bands, all our peers, everything that record companies were signing that were similar in style to us was now being put out to pasture by the movement in Seattle and the commercial birth, if you will, of rap music. We knew it was going to be us against the machine, the same way it was us against the world 7-8 years prior, just before the recording of our first record. With Keep the Faith, we knew that we had to take control of our own destiny, and songs like Starting All Over Again and Taking It Back were sung from the point of view of that chip's back on my shoulder and I'm ready to launch into phase 2.
So Paul, was it coincidence or a conspiracy that 3 different people from 3 different angles hit me on opening acts yesterday? So I was on the phone till 2 o'clock this morning. And yeah, Jimmy Iovine called and said that he'd build a stage and pay for a truck if we would let that little kid band go.
Hi, Teak. There's Al.
My name is Pence, and I am funky. My name is Pence, the one and only. When it comes to Pence, I don't know.
Oh man, that's cool. I got some cool stuff for this band.
Yeah, you'll probably sell it, make money on us.
There's a song called Out of Bounds that was written for the Slippery record. Richie and I wrote it in Vancouver. And it was for a movie. It was a movie called Out of Bounds. I think it starred Anthony Michael Hall. And it didn't make the movie, obviously. Little known fact about that album was there was a number of titles for it. Slippery When Wet was not the first title. It was the last one. It was shot, pictures taken, and the album cover at one point was considered to be Wanted Dead or Alive. And an unknown fact, true, is I was reading a paper up there in Vancouver, and saw this name of a bar band, and I thought, this is a great album title. And I almost called Slippery When Wet Guns N' Roses, because I saw this thing called Guns N' Roses. And I said, what a great album title. And we've got the pictures. I had a beard. Everybody in the band had beards and mustaches, and we wore these long dusters. And it was a very cowboy-looking picture. And I thought, wow, this is so us, you know, love songs and cowboy songs. And Out of Bounds was an outtake from that record. But the first title of that record was, in fact, Guns N' Roses. Fortunately for me, I didn't call it the album Guns N' Roses. A year later, they had a little bit of success.
But Milli Vanilli will not be going to rock and roll heaven, no. Because they have sinned against the law. That's right. They did not sin their $1.99, and therefore, to fall, therefore, all that legal jargon, they will not receive plastic dashboard Jesus. Ha. Not only did they not sing on their records, but they did not play. Amen.
This is great. Coach said to run stairs to keep you in shape.
Yeah, we do this
I'm
every
doing
morning.
it. If you ever want to be a rock star.
Não saia sua câmera, não é possível. Okay, now. Thank you.
This is great. Jesus, if you look up, ladies and gentlemen, Jesus is going to go for a full gainer. Difficulty factor 7.6. The Russians don't think he can make it. Look, you can see my house from here. There's New Jersey. Make a left. You can smell it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the prehistoric football. That is the reason why Americans sit in front of their television every Sunday, including this one, to watch the Super Bowl.
You got to climb thousands of miles to see this antenna. You think you could get this at Radio Shack? No. Rio de Janeiro.
And now we have what we call Sunday football. God bless America.
What's the count? It'll be hot. Hot! Second hot. Second hot.
Down, set, red, green, hut, hut.
Interception!
Sympathy was an outtake from Keep the Faith. And when we went to Vancouver to work with Bob Rock, we went there with the idea that we would in fact do 2 albums, a double record.
That was one of 30 songs that we cut for Keep the Faith. We tracked 30 songs for that record. Part of it was done here.
That's right.
At one point, we had every room in this studio working at the same time. 96 tracks per song. We would bring in tape machines. We had 4 tape machines going at the same time.
There wasn't enough engineers, so we
Right.
all had monkeys. There was like these rogue monkeys.
Bob Rock was in one, Randy was in another, Obi was in another. We were in every room in this
We
studio.
just kept like rounding.
Who had what parts to do to get it done in time?
Excuse me, Dave. I'm documenting this whole thing.
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm your pilot. I'm just letting these guys do all the buttons before I get in there. You know, like, they're the techs. I'm the artist.
Artiste.
Right. They push all the buttons, I get in there and fly it.
It's easy.
Lay your glands on me. Lay your glands on me.
Here we are, we're in the plane.
The plane.
The plane, boss.
The plane, boss. If I don't get any pizza, I'm going to throw up. I need to eat food.
Okay, there's a Canada Dry bottle. I'm very artsy here.
Yeah, but you know what, Oh?
What the hell's he doing? Shooting soda ball?
Yeah.
It's art, okay?
Oh. You know what's funny? You're going to go and show this to somebody at home and they're going to go, boy, Obi, you're
It's a lot of film.
I hear that all the time. I hear that everybody I show. I'm much better with a regular camera, though.
All right, so read this letter.
Sanctuary
What
Studio
is
Memory
this?
to Bon Jovi band members from Obi O'Brien, reason the box set. Fellows, I hope you're all well and enjoying the sights and sounds of Los Angeles. Mike Grew and I working very, very hard, 20 to 22 hours a day.
Yeah.
Very little food, even less water. As a matter of fact, I went to pee today and it looked like someone was emptying a vacuum cleaner bag. We have been getting very little sleep because we stay awake at night worrying about this project. I am trying very hard, you know. What? Actually, I don't give a rat's ass. I've been lying in the pool and driving John's convertible with his underwear on my head. The only time I really go to the studio is to see how many beer bottles Rue has been able to stack up in the shape of a pyramid. Oh, by the way, Governor McGreevy stopped by and asked Rue and I if we wanted to ride on the flesh-colored hobby horse. Good luck to you all, and may you all collectively bite me. Albie O'Brien. And now a word from the band.
That's funny.
A word from the band. Here, we'll save this for the camera. Here, send that to Albie. You're fired. Thank you.
Here's a real love song.
It's called
song.
Why
When
Aren't You
did this
Dead?
come?
I think this was for Crush.
Yes.
I think we did this one.
Why?
What's it called?
It's a Hallmark moment.
One of the kinds of things, like when we wrote You Give Love a Bad Name, you have a fun title, you know what the song's going to be. It's the young guy's approach to a tongue-in-cheek lyric in the vein of Bad Medicine and You Give Love a Bad Name. We demoed this for the Keep the Faith record. After we wrote it and demoed it, and now that I hear it 14 years later, you'll realize that it wasn't where we were going. It was more about where we had been.
Hey, Rich, you having a good time?
No! Again, I am for granted. Osaka, leave Heather Locklear to come to Osaka. Play a concerto that does not exist with Buddhist monks who refuse to sing. I'm in hell. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. Now I don't know what to do. I've been up since 5, learning a concerto. Closing. I come to Osaka and I leave Heather. Nice.
I wouldn't have done that.
You were the smart one. Dumb. The dumbest man on earth. What?
Thanks.
Obi.
Yeah. Thank you.
I tried to get Emilio to come. Yeah.
Paul, that fish lost his life just to make you happy.
Actually, I'm a vegetarian.
That's really fresh. That fucker's
Look,
twitching.
it's moving, the fish, Eddie. The fish is moving. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't believe it. It's trying to be alive, but it's dead. There's no head. It's no head. The fish has no head. What you going to do if the fish has no head? Time to eat it then, don't you think? Absolutely. Very colorful. Suck it.
Look at that thing, it's humping.
Humping the please, man. You're gonna flip that over pretty soon.
Man, he doesn't know he's dead.
It's a Frankenstein fish. See, his head is, that's the head. Whoa, Obi, check it out, man, it's jumping.
Eat it. Just put it in your mouth and eat it. Go ahead. Be a man. Go ahead, eat it. Stick it in your face and eat it. Woo!
God.
The will to live. The will.
Look at it,
to
slap
live.
that fish right up against that glass, didn't it?
Look, we feel bad. Put it back together. Put it back in the tank.
Whoa, where did you get that one?
Yeah.
These lips. Look, look. These lips. Does that look cool? Do it again. The will to live.
This is very Golden Earring or AC/DC or something.
Which one was that?
It's called Taking It Back. It's really fun.
What year?
It's not a great chorus. That's why it's obviously didn't make the record.
God, do you remember?
I don't know what album. I don't know where it came from.
Somewhere.
But enjoy.
That's right.
Enjoy us.
That's right. Go back and
Enjoy us enjoying ourselves.
Oh, Edge of a Broken Heart. This is the song that Paul wanted me to play live. And, people ask me, why did this make Slippery? Well, it was in the same era that I didn't think that Living on a Prayer was a hit. I never claimed to be a good A&R guy. But Edge of a Broken Heart was an outtake from Slippery. It ended up on a soundtrack for a little movie called The Disorderlies, and it starred a very early rap band called the Fat Boys. I know you guys like it, so we found the masters and put it on this box just for you. And it was absolutely appropriate for the Slippery record. Coulda, shoulda, would have been on the Slippery had cooler minds prevailed. Here's my formal apology.
Here we are, on the fast train. Going to someplace I've never heard of.
Exactly, thank you. And then directly after that, as you're leaving the room, everybody's offered a sip of sake, so for any of us who don't drink, you just go through the motions of drinking it and then... Exactly.
Thank you.
And then what will happen is that the band will then be taken, it's all on the same sort of walk out, and then we go along, and you all will be taken to the sacred temple where you'll go and pray with the high priest for 10 minutes.
All this for a shoot, huh? Just tell him I was one of the chosen people?
Well, maybe you can make up for it.
All your sins are forgiven.
No, it's not. It's like this blonde. It's this lofty blonde. It's very pretty. We've already had it done. You can't tell? The whole film crew?
And you guys look
We're all very different now.
You look very clear.
Much nicer. And then after that, you guys will go back to the waiting room, and we have to wait till 6 to light the sacred fires, which is where we're going to shoot. I'll just remind you that they've only done this for like Clinton and the Queen, La Fuenza. This is like, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry, it's going to take time, but it's,
How long would you and the chosen people? We just go right to the end right away.
Yes.
Thank you.
He's looking out for you.
Excellent.
I better hit him with a stick now. You guys ready?
Hey Heather, Al Bundy.
Thank you.
Postcards from the road. This is us leaving Japan. It's been fun. It's been long. It's been long and fun. Keep it to yourself. That's it. We're leaving Asia. We're on our way to Italy. Italy.
To play the piano.
To play the piano. When we're there, we're gonna
go to the Academy.
We're gonna drink a lot of wine. Eat steaks Florentine. Dudes in big long boats. Not a pizza. You know what I'm saying? They all move to Brooklyn eventually anyway. I don't mean that in a bad way.
Here we are, getting the traffic.
This is us slagging everyone around the world tour. This is us abusing everyone because we can.
Because we are Americans.
For the guys that missed the show, sorry. We'll see you next time. For the guys that were here, we kicked your ass, and we'll see you again real soon. Thank you.
We've been very honest putting this box set together for you, and told you that there's nearly 40 songs that no one's ever heard, and shared a lot of our insight and memories with you. I couldn't have dreamt ever that I'd be sitting here 20 years on at 100 million albums sold and saying thanks, because this is the kind of things that you don't even dream of as a kid. But you've obviously been a part of it, so much a part of it that we wanted to include all those little notes from you in the box, in the booklet, because we want to share this with you. We made this together, you just as much as me, and this is by no means a goodbye. It's just recapping another piece of the book, another part of the history. another chapter as far as we're concerned. We're going on, moving ahead. And 20 more years, I hope to sit down with you again and talk. But it's been a great ride. It's been a great ride thus far. You know, and I'm just real grateful for the chance to do what I love to do, and to grow up with you. And I guess we'll just say we'll see you out there on the road.
Here we are. I don't like, what day is today? Monday!
Hey!
In the words of Bob Geldof, I don't like Mondays. I want to shoot the whole day through. Here we are.
Hey, Bob, get me a sandwich.
Monday top. Yeah, give me a sandwich. You want? Get me something to eat, a little coffee. I'll take that with sugar. Okay, that's it. Here we are.
Hey, VH1, you forgot to say it.
We love VH1. That's right. Thank you. See you. Press the red button now.
I love you all! It wasn't a bad spot.
Does Ozzy watch BonJovi.com? I bet he does. 10 to 1.
Sharon!
Sharon!
Sharon! Sharon!
Sharon!
Sharon! Making history. Hello, darling.
I all do. How are you doing? Obi, it was so hot yesterday that my camera was just on dew. It wouldn't, I couldn't put it.
Oh, the moisture.
It wouldn't work. Wouldn't work.
Yeah, they shut down.
I loaded it in the room.
I wonder if that's gonna, mine's been running, so it should be all right.
Well, you'll know soon enough.
Yeah.
Great footage there.
Hard at work.
Well, Teak, come to the end of it.
The end of an epic situation.
Yes, epic.
Lots of farting around. Lots of sun. Lots of ugly women.
How ugly were they?
Oh, they were as ugly as a blind cobbler's thumb.
No, was blind cobbler chewing on a bulldog.
It was ugly as my great-great-grandmother in the grave looking now. But we are here. We are finished.